guys, and welcome to my channel. This is the first ever video I'm posting as Body, Beauty and Soul, and I am so excited that you are able to join me. Thank you for clicking on this video. Thank you for clicking through a link. If you didn't mean to get here, I'm really glad you're here anyway. Please stick around. I'm sure you will love it. I hope you'll love it anyway. My name is Alex. I run Body, Beauty and Soul, which is a beauty blog, lifestyle. If you are joining me from my Instagram, thank you so much. Welcome. I hope you have an awesome time here, like I know I am going to. Today I figured that because it's my first video, I would keep it very simple and not set the bar too high. And I'm just doing this everyday makeup look. This is the look that I tend to go for going to uni, going out to coffee with my friends. Just if I need to force myself out of bed to get things done during the day, it always makes me feel kind of more alert and more awake to have makeup on. So this is the makeup that I tend to go for. It is using some new products that I've recently purchased, and if you watch on, you'll find out what those are. This is going to be a talk through video, guys, so there will be a lot of me chatting and just like letting you know about the products that I'm using, what I think of them, how I use them, if I think that there are other products that I would prefer more. I mentioned a couple of tips from some of my favorite YouTubers. All of the YouTubers will be linked down below. So this is what my skin looks like after I have cleansed and moisturized it. I use the Olay Total Effects 7-in-1 Day Cream in Sensitive. Before I get into anything else, I'm just going to apply some lip balm just so that my lips are ready by the time I have put all the rest of my makeup on. The next thing I'm going to do is just put my hair back, just so I don't have any hair in the way. So before I go ahead and apply my foundation, there's just a couple of products that I need to make sure are going to be ready for me to apply to my face. First up is my eyebrow wax. I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Pomade. This product is amazing. I highly recommend it for anyone who's looking for kind of a product to help shape, set and tint their brows just like on an everyday basis. So it has kind of dried out a bit. And what I recommend doing for this is just grabbing a face cloth, running it under really, really hot water, and then you're just going to grab your jar, put it in your face cloth and just wrap it in a warm face cloth. This will basically just heat up the product, make it softer, or just make it a more fluid line. It just means that you can save the product. I really wouldn't recommend putting the glass in the microwave. I know some people recommend that. I've only ever had bad experiences with that, where like it's just like I did it for an eyeliner, a gel eyeliner, and it just like completely destroyed the gel eyeliner, which wasn't very good. So this method works really well. Just kind of hold it in there, and then you'll find it still looks the same, but the actual consistency will have changed and just will have melted slightly. So obviously first up I am going to apply my foundation. Now the foundation I have been using recently is the L'Oreal Infallible Stay Fresh Foundation 24-hour foundation. I am in the shade 130 True Beige. I'm just going to apply this foundation with my fingers to my face, and then I'm going to blend that through with a damp beauty blender. So here we go. So I take about one pump initially and just, sorry I'm looking in the viewfinder, just need to make sure that y'all can see what's going on. Alright, so now that I look all splotchy and lovely, just gonna go through with my beauty blender. And it doesn't take very long. I'm kind of in love with the beauty blender just because of how easy it makes it. Okay, I'm fighting light here. I'm gonna swivel you guys around. Look at how well that worked. Oh, lighting trickery. Isn't it fantastic? This is what happens when you're starting out and you're just using natural light. So the next thing I am going to get onto are my eyebrows. So I'm just taking, this is like a super cheapo eyebrow brush lash comb thing. I've just been using it for years basically. So I'm just gonna brush through my brows, which have recently grown out. So now I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pomade, and if I can find my eyebrow brush, oh there it is. I just use the Bobbi Brown eyeliner brush. I actually double this up for eyeliner and eyebrows. I know you're not supposed to do that. Probably gonna have a massive Sigma haul very soon just to get all of the delicious lovely brushes. So that has really kind of melted down. I'm really happy with that. Just makes it a lot creamier, easier to get onto the brush, and then easier to apply. So with my eyebrows, just for my everyday, seriously, what is this lighting? That's better. Okay, much better lighting. Okay, I'm just gonna take my product and I'm just gonna do my bottom, carve out the bottom of my eyebrow. That's just the bottom of my eyebrow, kind of traced out, and then I just go in with really small strokes just to kind of fill out the tail. I have very sparse eyebrows. The hairs are very thin and very light. So for anyone who knows me and who sees me without makeup, going from like my natural eyebrow to like a really filled in eyebrow just looks really unnatural for me. And then towards the tail, I tend to leave like the last hair. And again, this is because Jaclyn Hill is my favorite YouTuber. And this is how, the way she fills out her eyebrows, which I personally think are like the best eyebrows on Instagram. I kind of leave the last few hairs, my natural hairs. I don't fill out the tail all the way to the end, just so it kind of retains some semblance of like your natural brow. And then when it gets towards the middle, I only really lightly apply product. I don't apply very much at all. So that's my eyebrow done. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the other one. Because this is an everyday look, I am keeping it really light and really simple. There's nothing too crazy going on today. But I start off with my MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. Next, I'm just going to take a buffing brush. This is the Sephora Pro Flawless Airbrush brush. Just taking care not to kind of smudge that over my eyebrows. Then my clean line would be ruined. I wouldn't want that. For my eyeshadow, for my everyday look, I keep saying this, but if you are following me on Instagram, you know that recently I got, recently I purchased some Makeup Geek eyeshadows and a Z palette to put them in. These are MAC shadows from another palette that I had, so they're not important today. These are the eyeshadows that I typically use on a day-to-day basis. I have been so impressed with the quality of the eyeshadow, just how pigmented they are. I know that there are a lot of high-end eyeshadows that look really beautiful in the pan and look really beautiful on your eyes, but you kind of have to like go in for a lot of product to build up like the color that they are in the pan. So for my everyday look, I will typically use these two eyeshadows. This one right here is Peach Smoothie, which everyone raves about. Just like pretty much every video that I've seen or every post I've seen has been like, oh, in my crease for my transition color, Peach Smoothie by Makeup Geek. So I was like, I'm getting Makeup Geek eyeshadows. I've got to get Peach Smoothie. And then going in with kind of a darker taupier brown shade called Creme Brulee. So these two are kind of the main ones I use for my everyday makeup, just to kind of deepen my eye a bit, give it some depth, a little bit of smokiness, but nothing too dramatic. I might even go in with Cocoa Bear if I'm feeling adventurous that day. Cocoa Bear is really beautiful. It's a much darker color, and I feel like brown on brown really complements your eyes. So I might go in with that today, but I'm not sure. Let's not get crazy. First up, I take my MAC, this is a MAC 224 brush, and I'm just going to go in.
They're not pretty.
Just tap that. Just tap off the, oh hello cloud of peach smoothie. I just tap off the excess, and then just I work that into the crease. One of the YouTubers I follow, the lovely Goss makeup artist, and recently he uploaded a fantastic video for applying eyeshadow for hooded eyes, and I have very hooded eyes. My brow bone, well done. My brow bone protrudes quite far out over my eyelids, which I feel is the definition of hooded eyes. And so basically his tip is to go kind of from where you would put a wing liner, so kind of up here, dot it, and then bring it straight across rather than kind of scooping it down, because my eyes are already quite downturned. It just kind of makes them look droopy and sad. I apply my eyeshadow kind of in a straight line across from the center of my lid outwards, and this kind of just lifts them up. And it's been a really helpful tip. Goss is one of my favorite YouTubers just because he's really honest, and you know, the videos that he does are things that are really helpful. He's a much more practical YouTuber in my opinion. He's just like, if I'm struggling with how to do something, how to apply makeup in some way, I will check his YouTube to see if he's got a video on it, because I know that he does fantastic work. My god, I sound very sycophantic, just sucking up to all my favorite YouTubers who will likely never see this video. So just gonna go in the other eye with that. So just going in. So that is Peach Smoothie done. As you can see, it's a really light shade. I really like it. So next I am gonna go in with Creme Brulee. I'm just gonna take my 217 brush, and I'm just going to apply that pretty much to where I applied Peach Smoothie, just a little bit lower down in the crease, just to deepen the crease a little bit. Then I'm just going to take my 224 brush again, because this is kind of the fluffier brush out of the two. I'm just going to blend those two shades together. Might go in with Cocoa Bear. I was wearing Cocoa Bear yesterday in the Instagram photo I posted. So Cocoa Bear is just the darker brown. So I'm just going to take like a teeny tiny bit on the 224 brush and just work that into the outer V, just to darken it slightly, ever so slightly. Next up, guys, is just a little bit of black eyeliner, just in my upper tight line. I don't even know if that's called. Just to make it look like my lashes are a bit longer, and just to make my eyes look a little bit bigger. I kind of I do like a whole contortionist act to do this. So just, I look very silly doing this. Oh my god, that tickles. Whew. Okay. So next up, I am just going to apply a teeny tiny bit of my Maybelline Fit Me concealer. I'm in the shade Light 10. I tend to just use my finger to apply, because if I apply straight from the doe foot brush, it just so much goes on, and I really kind of don't feel like I need that much. Just a little bit off the ends. There you go.
And it's this is just how I apply it. This might not be the right way, this might not be the way that professional makeup artists do it, but this works for me, so this is what I'm going with.
So I just kind of pat that in with my ring finger, which I have heard is like the finger that applies the least amount of pressure. So it's the best finger to apply product around the circles in your eyes because it's the gentlest, and that's kind of where your skin is the finest on your face. Fun fact, I don't even know if that's true, but it sounds true. And then I'm just going to go in with my Sephora brush that I used before and just gently blend that out. Next up, I'm going to take my contouring palette, the AC on Tour palette, which was also in the same first impressions expectations blog post as the L'Oreal Infallible foundation. I have actually been really pleasantly surprised by this contouring palette. It is a dupe for the Anastasia contouring palette, except it is in a powder form. I think, pretty sure the Anastasia palette is a cream contour kit. Don't quote me on that though. I did hear a lot of people talk about how the contouring shades were quite muddy on their skin. I can see where they're coming from. I don't tend to apply a lot of this stuff. I just take my Real Techniques contour brush and dip it into the, so if you're looking at it like this, it would be the shade on the left and in the center. So I kind of just pat really lightly into these ones and then always like just tap it off. Considering this is an everyday look, I don't tend to contour very much. It's really very light, just so I can kind of carve out where my cheekbone is. I will take my deluxe crease brush from Real Techniques and I'm just going to take some of the, this doesn't have any sparkle in it, it's kind of the matte pink shade, and I will just run that down the center of my nose. I know that you're supposed to highlight at these points, but I don't really like my nose looking shiny, so I'll just use the matte shade. And then I will go to the sparkly highlighting shade and just apply in the locations that you... There you go. I recently ran out of most of my mascaras. They either expired, got really dry, or they just finished. And I went back to one of my all-time favorite mascaras. I think this was one of the first mascaras I ever used. I just love the way it works. It's not huge, it doesn't give you like really voluminous lashes. It's quite natural, which is obviously what I'm...
Not really natural, but you know.
Kind of just simple for mascara. So it is the Maybelline Great Lash Mascara. It is in the pink and green tube. The brush is really good. It's nothing really fancy. It comes to a point. The bristles are really long, which I love. And they're really well spaced out. So they space out my eyelashes really well. And I just get really even coverage of mascara. Bam. There we go. Okay, so now that the rest of my face is done, for my everyday I don't actually tend to wear lip gloss. I really just add chapstick and go with that. If you're feeling like a bold lip, absolutely go for it. I think it'd be really cool to just kind of transition from like a daytime to a nighttime look. But just in my everyday, like if I'm wearing it to uni, I'll just wear chapstick. I really like the color of my lips. Really weird, I know, but I just feel like if I put on some chapstick, it already kind of looks like I'm wearing lip products, which I'm really happy with. So I tend to just leave it at that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm really happy that I've finally gotten off my ass to start my YouTube channel. So thank you guys for joining me for this video. If you've made it to the end, then special props to you. I can't believe you've put up with me talking and rambling this whole time, but I really do appreciate it. If you did like this video, be sure to give it the thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button. I currently have like 0 subscribers at this present moment. So I would really appreciate it, and it'll just let you keep up to date with all the videos that I'm going to post. I'm going to force myself to do it because I really want to make a proper go of YouTube. All of my social media links will be in the description bar below. I hope you guys have a lovely day or night or morning or evening or middle of the night because you can't sleep and so you ended up watching YouTube. Thank you guys again so much for this, and I will see you next time. Bye!